Once again, good afternoon, viewers. Back with you again with still yet another video. This time the focus is going to be on something that I was reading about a few days ago, and then subsequently it broke on the news. And that's a looming strike that is basically in the fast food industry, McDonald's, Burger King, I guess others like that. And it's the debate over whether or not the workers should earn $15 per hour minimum wage. And it's sort of caused a firestorm. Why? I don't know, but it has. And what's more surprisingly than the firestorm itself over the $15 minimum wage debate is the fact that the debaters, or the people that are opposing the debaters, are on the side of management. What's that all about? I mean, good Lord, these CEOs and these management moguls are making billions of dollars per year on the backs of the workers. Yeah, that fella, the little kid, or sometimes a middle-aged person or senior citizen that hands you your hamburger and your Coke and fries is making a pittance, while the CEOs of these companies are riding around in Bentleys, Rolls Royces, private jets and yachts, and living up in Park Avenue or in Newport Beach or in Miami, Florida, or wherever, in these palatial mansions. And you're against the worker? Oh my God. I was just thinking back to the basketball strikes a few years ago. In fact, some of you probably even seen my video regarding that. You were so against management at that time. You know, the players, they're the ones who bring in the fans, and they need to have these $86 million a year contracts and all of this stuff. Bull crap! These overrated dinosaurs of sports are making tons of money just on their sports contracts. But lay that aside. They're doing endorsements. They're doing sponsorships and making billions on that. If anybody doesn't need a raise, it's them. But yet a lot of folks were on their side. But here you got some poor schluck flipping burgers over at Mickey D's or Burger King or somewhere, sweating and making maybe $7.10 an hour if they're lucky. And if they're also lucky enough to have a car, then you got to try to fill that up with gas. If you're, again, lucky enough to have your own place, be it a home or an apartment, I doubt very seriously it would be a home, but maybe, who knows about these things. But you got to pay the mortgage on that, or the house payment, or the rent, or the lease. Then you got to go buy food. Heaven forbid if you got a couple of kids or a family. Then you got to pay for insurance on the car and on your family. Maybe these places provide health care insurance. Many of them don't. And even if they do, they will provide it for the worker himself or herself, not for their families. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to consider taking on a job at one of these types of restaurants. I personally have never done it, but I don't put down the people that do. And I don't try to work against them by saying, oh, well, they're only flipping burgers at Mickey D's. It's just a menial job. Why in the hell do they think they deserve $15 an hour? Well, my question is, why in the hell not? These bastards that own McDonald's Corporation and Burger King and all these other places, Starbucks, they're making billions, again, on the backs of these working people. And it's not fair. I say this, if you can afford to present the job, present it with a decent wage at which people can make enough money to sustain their lives, give them health benefits, because dead employees aren't very productive, and don't bellyache about it. You're making billions. You're making hand over fist. Have you ever bought a cup of coffee at Starbucks, one of them frappuccinos or whatever the hell it is? I don't think you can walk away with your purse or your wallet lightened to the tune of about $1. Those things are about $6 or $7 a pop. The average burger, the big burgers, I'm not talking about the little dollar menu. I'm talking about if you want a nice fat burger, you're gonna pay $5, $6 for it. Case in point, it's just my brother and I. We go to McDonald's, we go to Burger King, we go to Carl's Jr., we go to Jack in the Box, any one of these places, In-N-Out, just to get a little decent meal for the two of us, is no less than $30. Okay, so we don't use the dollar menu. Sometimes we do. It is added to within the $30. But if you want a decent meal, where your belly isn't growling 2 minutes after you eat, you're going to spend about $30. Okay, if you eat out, say 5 or 6 times per week, that adds up. And they can't afford to pay the workers $15. That's ridiculous. In this economy, where a loaf of bread costs $2 and gas prices are damn near $5, you can't afford to pay your workers. And this bull crap that you hear on the news, news media is so stupid. They're idiots. Just plain idiots. They'll come up, oh, well, good news on the job front. California, as you know, I live in California. California's leading the way with job growth. Yeah, but they don't tell the whole truth. Yeah, we're producing jobs, but they're part-time jobs. They're seasonal jobs. This is summertime. When fall rolls around, goodbye to you. Pink slip city. Okay, we don't need you anymore. And if you are lucky enough to land one of those part-time jobs, it doesn't pay you enough to pay rent, transportation, food, clothing, and if you got kids, Lord help you. So tell the damn truth. Don't raise people's hopes falsely. Say, yes, we're leading the way in jobs, but they're part-time jobs, unfortunately. Thankful that folks can get them. And we look forward to the day when we'll have a plethora of full-time jobs that can be occupied. Don't sit there and tell us damn half-handed lies. Give people the full Monty. And then, you know, I mean, $15 an hour minimum wage, that's ludicrous. The average rent here in this city, Los Angeles, for an apartment is about $1,200. House payments are double, maybe even triple that. And if you want to go to someplace like Beverly Hills, Newport Beach, Century City, oh my God, you better have, the bank you have better have a bank. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. In other parts of the country, the minimum wage may work a little better because it's not as expensive to live in some places as it is to live here. But anybody who would sit there and bellyache about $15 an hour obviously is either rich as Warren Buffett or just doesn't give a damn about whether people can make it. People are out there scuffling, trying to make it, and some of them are making like $23 an hour. You know, some of them that have, you know, other types of careers that would warrant those kinds of payments. My thing is, minimum payment should be $21 an hour. And we could do that if we weren't, number one, outsourcing all our jobs to China and other places, keeping those jobs here. We didn't raise insurance rates and crap so high on small businesses and large ones so that they would want to stay in this country. And if we weren't so gung-ho about taking care of other people from other countries in this one and in their own countries, we would take care of the people and have enough jobs and revenue and stuff in this country. And all these damn taxes. Every time in California, you get taxed up the wazoo. The taxes have taxes. And what do they go for? This is ridiculous. I went to get my car registered the other day. I had to end up paying $241 for the privilege. It's ridiculous. And what do they do with the money? You go down the road, you almost bust your axle because there's a pothole big enough to make any one of those craters on the moon shameful. They don't clean the streets. It's filthy. So what are they doing with all this tax and all this revenue that they're coming in with? And these gas companies, sky high. You know, what are they doing? They're just sitting back with their big feet on their big desks and bilking us for $100 billion, trillion. It's crazy. And you want the people at McDonald's and some of the truck drivers and things to have $15 an hour. It's no easy job schlucking them big fat trucks up and down the freeway. I know, I did it for a while. I worked for this corporation and they wanted to pay me a pittance. And then I worked for another governmental agency where if I wanted to, I could have driven a truck, and they wanted to pay in the double digits. So I mean, it's all contingent upon where you are and what you're trying to do. That's why it needs to be streamlined and made for the benefit of the people. The thing of it is, they're trying to push minimum pay. It's okay, I guess, if you think about it. But the problem with it is we have to purchase things at maximum profit. And that's where their minimum wage crapola falls apart. Once again, if you agree with anything I may have said, glad to have presented it. Like me on Facebook, same Phil Taylor Jones there is here. And I will be bringing you more videos. I know I've kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit, but hey, been like you guys out there trying to make it in this hard times in the land of plenty. So until that time, take care and stay safe, and hopefully we'll all get a hold of some money. I gotta go play my lottery ticket. Bye-bye, guys.